Yo, this is WSoul13 bringing you Raid Shadow Legends, and today we are going to be doing a clan boss update real quick on the Raid New Game Plus of this year. So this is a totally optional comp for now because it includes 2 guaranteed champs that were pretty early on in the year. So I'm gonna give people kind of a chance to catch up later on, so we're gonna see what we can build with the later champs that we get for the year. But for now, and also we're still missing a decreased attack champ. So as you can see, I'm still using Coffin Smasher. But for now, it is a 2 to 3 key on Nightmare, and it's a 1 to 2 key on Brutal, I think. So here are the total scores. On this particular clan boss team, I was able to do 56 million-ish on 3 keys. So I'm like about $1.5 million short probably per key to get the consistent 2 key, and it's on the Spirit Affinity. So Spirit Affinity is the hardest affinity to do well in using a standard clan boss comp. So I expect that to do a little bit better against Void. So a 2 to 3 key on Nightmare, relatively early in the game. What timeline are we at now? We're at 6 months into the game. So 6 months into the game, if you're a 2 to 3 key on Nightmare 6 months into the game, it's not the best and the fastest progression, I think, but I think that's pretty good, especially if you're if you've been taking your time learning the comps, learning how clan boss works, right? So I'm gonna show you why this comp could be a lot better, in my opinion. So this is kind of like a very, very raw clan boss build. So I haven't figured out a great name for it yet, but for now I'm calling it heal spam. I can't think of anything better. But the reason why is because you're spamming a lot of healing and you're kind of like sustaining through the fight, finding damage along the way. So right off the bat, none of the legendaries are booked. So just from this alone, we can probably speed tune the team. Probably, but I'm not sure because of this passive from Opardin, which gives the turn meter buff every time a continuous heal goes off. So that kind of messes things up because I'm planning to use Weethier in the comp. And Weethier puts continuous heal every turn she takes. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna make that work. I'm gonna try, but for right now, I'm not entirely sure there how I'm gonna make that work. So Weethier is actually on a solo build for dungeons. I haven't gotten her speed much above 200 yet. She's still at 200 speed, so I need to get that speed a little bit higher. But her stats are pretty solid. She's on Toxic set, and I had to put her on War Master, which I know isn't great if you're trying to solo Ice Golem, but at the same time, I need her to do damage in Clan Boss. So right now she's at 70k HP, around 3k def, 200 speed. So I'm trying to get that speed to close to 250 for the solo builds for Weethier, but I haven't really put in the time and effort on it yet to actually build her that way. Right now, she is capable of soloing Dragons 20, I think. We'll see. We'll do a test run on Dragons 20 if she's capable of soloing Dragons 20. She probably is. We'll see. And then we got Godseeker Aniri. So Godseeker Aniri, of course, everybody knows, is one of the best epics we can get at Void in the game. And I have her on Guardian set, so I'm not sure yet if Guardian set is the best set for her, because you do want her to survive. So like having Guardian set on her makes her take too much damage, probably in like normal dungeon content. In the clan boss runs, she tends to last about as long as Opardin and Weethier does, so it's kind of like I think she's kind of achieving what I need her to achieve. And she's running 178 speed, which is, I think pretty good speed, because I'm planning to use her as a buff extension champ for clan boss down the line when I do come up with a different kind of clan boss setup. So she might be part of that setup, she might not be part of that setup. Having a buff extension champ in a standard clan boss build is always great, because one, they're very easy to speed to. Once you go 1-to-1 to the clan boss, you could have buffs cover you the whole fight. And there are so many like little tricks you can do speed tune wise to make a buff extension champ really, really good in clan boss. So I'm just having this slot kind of like optional and open, even though I understand a lot of people were not able to pull Godseeker and Neri in the first place. So we're gonna do a quick Weethier solo for dragons. Let's see what's happening here. And let's see. I'm actually not sure if it's gonna work. We'll see. Well, that's what makes it fun, right? It's more fun if you don't know it's gonna work. Alright, so, oh cool, I got a bunch of level 9, so we can probably just put them all in there. And then, here we go. So, we are gonna see if Weethier is capable of soloing Dragons 20 with her current setup. So, the speed is definitely a little bit low, so we could get in trouble there. And also, she's not fully booked. But if she can solo Dragons 20 with gear this week, I mean, the gear isn't amazing, to be honest. It's pretty ordinary. Anybody, I think, could probably build that playing the game. I don't know, 6 months in the game. I think that build is pretty easy to do. So far it looks like she's okay. She's positive affinity for Dragons 20, so I figured this will be the easy one to solo. And all these continuous heals that she stacks on herself, my gosh, it's just so good, right? Oh, so weird. I didn't know. I'm not sure. Did she put it on every time she counterattacks? No way. Oh, she does put it on every time she counterattacks. Wow. That is pretty nuts. So she can literally stack up a bunch of continuous heals just by herself, rocking counterattacks. That's pretty crazy. So we're like a minute in, and we're clearing wave 1. So not bad. So far of the guaranteed champs that we've had. So we had Godseeker Neri, her, and then Archbishop Pinferoy, and that epic, I forgot the name, it was a bad epic, the decrease resistance epic, I think. So far, I think Weethier is kind of the clear winner of those champs. If you had the 15 sacred shards to pull her, I think she could really impact someone's account like early in the game. And that's kind of like the catch-22 there, right? Like early in the game, 15 sacred shards, is that viable to have on hand? Maybe not. So the other argument there is later in the game, once you do have the extra 15 shards, is Weethier worth it? So Weethier actually does have endgame potential, believe it or not. She can play in Platinum Arena, and of course, I think a solid clan boss comp can be built around her, especially when Opardin isn't in the mix. So I think having Opardin in the mix kind of messes it up a little bit. Okay, so we're in a little bit of trouble here. There we go. So it looks like she can weather the storm, which is what you want off your solo clan boss, your solo dungeon person. So I don't really have too many solo type dungeon people. This might be the first one I ever built as a solo dungeon romper. I might try her out for dragons when dragons comes around. For what is this? For Nari the Lucky. So after this, we'll do just a quick recap of Nari the Lucky, and I have 2 more big videos I want to do this month before the month ends. It's a Seal of the Drakes showcase, just kind of like before this Doom Tower closes. I'm hoping I'm able to do that because she kind of features very heavily on normal Doom Towers. I just want to make sure I include that in the video. And then secondly, I want to do a Filja video, which is the Epic Fusion champ we got last month. So if you had Filja, wow, she does really, really make an impact, honestly. So hopefully you guys picked her up last month. She was so easy to get, my gosh. Practically zero cost to get her. I mean, you were just doing things you'd normally do anytime you play raid anyway. Bring champs up, raid dungeons, you know what I'm saying? Like, such a low opportunity cost for such a high impact champ, especially earlier in the game. That's what you're looking for. And if you did that last month and you skipped what's his name? Corrado. If you skipped Corrado last month, do that. Well, first of all, you're not really missing much. I'm thinking I should disable the increased defense on her passive here if I'm gonna run her as a solo champ. I just feel like that needs to be done. So she just does A1s all the time. Maybe I should do that. Just do A1s all the time. It might actually end up being faster. Yeah, so right now we're coming out 5 minutes. So it's a pretty... I think it's not there yet in terms of just the speed. I feel like this could be a lot faster. Maybe like 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes. Or maybe even less than 3 minutes. I'm not sure. But the speed should sure help with that if I want her to get this runs done a little bit faster. But yeah, she's pretty good. Okay, so she can run into a little bit of trouble against even Dragons 20. So a critical hit there might end the run. You know, I'm not sure. Maybe. So maybe she just needs to be a little bit faster, just so she can weather through the storm a little bit more. Oh yeah. So she's definitely not ready for a solo with this build. She's either too slow or I don't have enough HP or defense on her. Probably for Dragon's 20. So that's kind of. So I do need the bumper speed up a lot more, for sure. I think. I'm not sure about if she needs resistance or not, but. That was a pretty good test case of trying to build a solo champ. Yeah, so we're a bit into Nari the Lucky now. So I have gotten a few fragments of Nari already. I'm at 30 already. And then I'm 2 secret rooms away from getting Euros. I don't know if I'm going to make it in time for Champ Chase. So we'll do another update with Nari once Champ Chase rolls along. But I just wanted to do a quick recap of the clan boss build and what we're trying to do with the champs that we've gotten so far and how they're gonna fit into kind of like building these endgame teams that we want to build with this year's fusion and guarantee champs. So at the 3-month mark. With the current champs that we have right now, we do have a 2 Key Nightmare team available. And I'm pretty sure Dungeons 20 Everywhere is already done, pretty much, with the fusion champs that we got from this month. We'll show off more of the Dungeons 20 stuff when I do the Filja video. Because Filja is a big part of the Dungeons 20 stuff. So, I don't know what to do from there. So we already have a potential solo champ in Weethier. I need to bump her up a little bit more. Nari is going to play more in Doom Tower. So, what's next month? Around April or May, we're going to start doing hard Doom Tower stuff. Yeah. So we're gonna show you some hard Doom Tower stuff with just basically free champs. So yeah, so I'll see you all by then, and then see you on the next one. Yeah.